the Beast. Whether you're calling it an animal or just referencing how hard it is to drink, Milwaukee's Best has over 120 years of brewing tradition. Best Ice is a higher ABV beer, stating it is ice brewed for crisp, bold taste. As a two-time bronze medal winner since its inception in 1994, is this Miller offering a brew you can stomach? Find out now on Two Dudes Bad Beer Reviews.
What up, guys? Yeah, that's right. Today we're going to be doing, BAM! Milwaukee's Best Ice. And if there's anything that says cheap, corner store beer, it's ice. So, let's get into this thing. We got this giant 32-ounce bad boy. And pouring into a glass for the very first time. Can't say I've seen too many or anybody pour into a glass before. But alright. There it is. So let us get into the review. We're going to start off with the smell. Let's check out this bad boy aroma. I mean, if you didn't know you're drinking a Pilsner already, you know it now. It's pretty pungent, not super terrible pungent, but you definitely get that sweet wheat flavor or aroma to it. The sweetness doesn't smell terrible, honestly. It's the tagline of it is ice brewed for a crisp, bold taste. And the aroma is, decently crisp, I'd say. You know, if you went to college and you had keg beer, you probably at least had the Beast, if not Best Ice. But, honestly, once the head dies down, the aroma dies down with it. I'm almost getting nothing now that there's no, the head's gone, pretty much. So just, subtle sweetness, crispness. That slightly dated Pilsner flavor aroma. There's almost like old peach in there, if you put it like that. I don't know. I don't get a whole lot of smell on it, but as I'm reviewing this against other, cheap malt liquor kind of things, well, this isn't malt liquor, this is an ice beer, aroma is not that terrible, honestly. And for a cheap, giant thing like this, it's not bad. And, for a corner store staple, I'm going to recommend the flavor, honestly. If I'm picking out something just on aroma for like $2.50 for this size, sure, why not? Aroma's not that bad. So, alright, let's get into the taste. It's, oh man, that that aftertaste is not good. I was gonna say I don't know if I'd call it crisp. It's a bit on the flat side. It's a bit I don't know, mildewy is the right word, but it's not crisp. It's kind of murky almost. Like, oh, yeah. It starts off okay for a super cheap beer. When you first hits your tongue, it's not that bad. It just tastes like a cheap Pilsner, and which is what it is. But as it goes, there's just some really funky aftertaste that hits you after you swallow it. It's like, swallow it? That's not bad. Oh God. Kind of thing. And I'm trying to put a finger on what actually that harshness is. It's like a... It is kind of like you just bit into a bad peach, almost. It has a little bit of a slight, I want to say, almost peach, white grape flavor to it. But it's like if you bit into a bad piece of fruit, you get the sweetness initially, but then you get that old, what is in my mouth flavor at the end of it. It's like, it really is kind of like there's like a fuzzy mold almost at the tail end of it. It's it went from, alright, this isn't that bad for like $2.50 for a giant 32 ounce to, oh, this is not good. So it went from at least getting a half a point to not at all. This is not good. I don't know what's going on with that aftertaste, but no. So I can't recommend it for taste. So number 3 is value for price. Value for... Man, I get like a metallic blood taste now. That's, unless it just cut open my mouth from how, it is the beast. But, yeah, value for price. This is, it's 32 ounces. It costs like $2.89, I think, from the corner store, somewhere in there. And you think about it, you're getting a little more than 2.5 beers. And since it's an ice beer, it's 5.9% alcohol, so it's a little more than what. So let's just call it, you're basically getting 3 beers worth of beer for $2.80. You can't go too wrong with that. You're pretty much buying this instead of a 40 of a malt liquor. It's kind of like, alright, instead of a malt liquor, you're going with an iced beer. Is there a big difference? I guess, when you're getting 3 to 4 beers for $2.50, it's usually not going to be that much different. But honestly, value for price, I'm going to give it a half, because some of the other beers that you get for this price, you don't get as much of. Maybe it's just 24 ounces instead of 32. So if your sole purpose is just to get a giant beer that you're drinking out of a can instead of a giant glass, sure. It's not super different from the other beers, but it is what it is, so I'm going to give it a half on that. Now, next is distinction. How different is it from the other ice beers? I hope it's very different, because I hope the other ice beers don't have like this funky aftertaste going on. Because, oh man, that is not good. Yeah. So distinction, I'm just not even gonna. It's not that great. The distinction is, it's a bad pilsner. It's a very, very bad iced pilsner, basically, with a terrible aftertaste. So, no, I'm not going to recommend a distinction either. If anything, it's a bad distinction. And the next one is drinkability. Can I drink this, all 32 ounces of it? And I'd have to compare the Beast to Beast Ice together to really find a difference. There's an alcohol bump up with the ice, but drinkability, I could not get through 32 ounces of this. I just can't. Maybe when I'm older and my taste buds are completely shot and I can't taste a thing, maybe then I could revisit this. So stay tuned. In 60 years, you're gonna want to come back and see my follow-up review. But no, I couldn't drink this. I mean, I'm probably not gonna drink more than where I'm at right now. So no, drinkability is not at all. And so the last category, number 6, is would I buy it again? And again, you know, I'm comparing this to other beers in this particular category. But even so, the smell came out fine. The smell was not that bad. I mean, once the head died down, it's pretty much just muted for the most part. But after that, and once you had the aftertaste of the beer and all that stuff, it's just, no. If the aftertaste wasn't as harsh as this one is, I'd consider it for a beer of this type, but nah, I'm going to have to pass on that. So in total, this gets a 1 out of 6. So I'm actually rating this lower than Steel Reserve. So figure that one out. You can check out the Steel Reserve beer review that we got going on. But anyways, that is my review of Milwaukee's Best Ice. It scored. It wasn't shut out, so I guess there's that. But yeah, that is the review of that. Check out the other reviews. I do good beers sometimes, so check those out. And if you like the video, if you want to get more bad beers or good beers or other booze-related things, just like and subscribe. If you want to check out our podcast, we pretty much do the best of the worst situation through beer or through booze and pop culture. It's pretty entertaining. Check it out. It's 2 Dudes in a Six-Pack. You can find that wherever you get your podcast. And so yeah, that's about it. So for me, Grace, and dude Chris, we'll see you later, and I'll give you one more sip. Take care.